Muslim communities who in the middle of Ramadan have come out and provided food and assistance. And I'd like to say tomorrow or Monday, Eid Mubarak. So I'd like to say, in the spirit of everyone who has come into North Kensington to show their support and to show what we can do as a unified community, that it's time for us to rise up in every borough in this country and actually show this exactly the same power to defend council housing and to demand decent houses for everyone. Thank you.
And as well as being a survivor from that horrible event, them being ripped out of that. So they need to be able to stay. And we've written National Union of Teachers, along with the Association of Education Psychologists, the ATL and the NHT, to government to demand that people are staying there permanently for as long as they want and staying in their school communities. We also have to demand that those schools, that they need resource. They need grief counsellors. They'll need them for a long time. Those children need that, and government has to step up. That council isn't stepping up. Government has to do it. I'll tell you, we wrote to Justine Greening, the Education Secretary, in October last year to raise the question that the government is reducing the presumption that when you build a new school it will have fire sprinklers. They've made a decision to reduce the presumption for that. Many new schools now being built without fire sprinklers. We decided to write to them again this week, and we wrote along with the ATL and the Fire Brigades Union. But when we look back at the notes of the meeting that we had after our letter in October, we saw, and we hadn't realised it at the time, they've not only reduced the presumption for fire sprinklers in schools, they at the same time reduced the presumption that schools would be compartmentalised against the spread of fire, just like they'd not done that in Grenfell. And they'd reduced the presumption that cladding on the schools would not be flammable at the same time. Now, the school at the base of the tower, the academy school, was clad first. The cladding on the tower reflects the cladding on the school. These things can't be divided up one against the other. We need safe schools, we need safe housing, and we have to fight for it now. And I tell you, you cannot believe, one of the reasons that house prices are going through the roof, which creates the space for private landlords to jack up the rent, one of the reasons for that is the multi-millionaires worldwide buying property in this city for speculation. They drive up the prices. And none of us could believe that any of them would ever live in a tower block that wasn't compartmentalised, that didn't have fire sprinklers, that didn't have fireproof cladding on the outside. These people look down on teachers. We had 2 members in the tower. Both of them survived, but family members dying for them. But teachers, other people in that tower, they look down on us. They don't care about our lives. They make their profit. They live in safe buildings. They don't care about ordinary people, and we have to make them care. Thank you very much for being here. Let's step up.
Grenfell! Justice for 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 Grenfell!
And whilst those who have not been directly affected pretend to be acting in the interests of residents and say that they want a silent vigil, we should listen to the residents who have demanded that there can be no peace until there is justice. No justice, no peace for the people of Grenfell.